Welcome to Hidden Truths, the channel that brings you the steamiest, most addictive love stories on YouTube. Stories so hot they'll leave you breathless and begging for more. If you live for forbidden neighbor passion, raw skin on skin desire, and nights that change everything, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Tonight's story begins with me soaked to the skin and ends with me screaming his name until I couldn't walk straight. My name is Sarah Brooks. I'm 34, a single mom to the sweetest 7-year-old girl you'll ever meet, Lily. 3 years ago, my ex walked out and never looked back. I buried every sexual thought, every fantasy, every need. I told myself I was just a mom now. My body? Forgotten. My pleasure? Locked away. Then Devin Carter moved in next door, 24 years old, 6'3" of pure black male perfection, dark chocolate skin, low fade haircut, diamond studs in both ears, and a smile that could make a woman drop her panties from across the street. But his body, Jesus! Every single day he'd be outside shirtless cutting the grass, washing his matte black Charger, doing push-ups in the driveway, sweat rolling down carved pecs over an 8-pack so defined I could count every ridge from my kitchen window, broad shoulders, thick arms veined like ropes, and that deep V disappearing into gray sweatpants that left absolutely nothing to the imagination. I'd stand at the sink pretending to wash dishes while my eyes devoured him. My nipples would harden against my bra, my thighs would clench. I'd feel myself getting wet just watching the way his muscles flexed when he lifted something heavy. At night, I'd lie in bed touching myself, imagining those strong hands on me, that deep voice growling my name. I knew it was wrong. He was young enough to be, well, not my son, but close. And I was just the divorced mom next door. But God, I wanted him. Saturday, July 19th, 2025, the day everything exploded. No bra and tiny denim shorts when the pipe under the sink burst. Water sprayed everywhere. I screamed, slipped, ended up on my knees soaked to the bone. My tank top turned completely see-through, nipples dark and hard against the wet fabric. My shorts rode up so high you could see the curve of my ass. Lily was at a friend's house for the afternoon. I was alone, drenched and panicking. Then I looked out the window and there he was, Devin, shirtless, gray sweatpants hanging dangerously low, sweat glistening on his perfect body. He saw me through the window, saw the water, saw me on my knees soaked, and his eyes darkened with something hungry. 30 seconds later, there was a knock. I opened the door dripping wet, hair plastered to my face, nipples poking straight through the fabric. "Everything okay, Miss Sarah?" His voice was low, rough. "My sink, it just exploded," I stammered, suddenly aware of how I looked. He stepped inside without asking, towered over me, smelled like clean sweat and expensive cologne. "Let me handle it." His abs flexed with every movement. The waistband of his sweatpants slipped lower. I saw the start of that perfect V, and the thick outline pressing against the fabric. I stood over him, legs shaking, pretending to hand him tools. Every time he reached up, his shirt rode higher. I could see everything. 10 minutes later, the water stopped. He slid out, stood up slow so close I could feel the heat coming off his body. "All fixed," he said, eyes locked on mine. I couldn't speak. His gaze dropped to my hard nipples, then back to my eyes. "You're soaked, Sarah." His hand came up, thumb brushing a drop of water from my collarbone. The touch lit me on fire. "I've been watching you watch me," he said, voice like velvet. "Every day. Those pretty eyes on my body. You think I didn't notice? I swallowed. Devin, tell me to stop and I will. I didn't. Big hands gripped my ass, lifted me clean off the ground. My legs wrapped around his waist on instinct. I felt him thick, hard, pressing right against my core through the thin shorts. He carried me to the kitchen counter, set me down, never breaking the kiss. His tongue owned my mouth. I moaned loud, grinding against him, hands everywhere. My tank top ripped over my head, his mouth on my breast sucking, biting, making me arch and cry out. My fingers dug into his back, tracing every muscle. He dropped to his knees, pulled my shorts and panties off in one motion, spread my thighs wide. The first lick of his tongue had me screaming. He devoured me slow, then fast, then slow again, like he wanted to memorize my taste. Two thick fingers inside me, curling, hitting that spot while his mouth worked my clit. I came so hard I saw stars, thighs shaking around his head. Then he stood, sweatpants gone. I finally saw all of him, long, thick, perfect. My mouth watered. He lifted me again, carried me to the bedroom, threw me on the bed. I was on my back, legs spread, begging. He entered me in one deep thrust. He fucked me like a man possessed, powerful, deep, relentless. The bed slammed against the wall. My nails raked his back. He growled filthy things in my ear, how tight I was, how good I felt, how he'd been dreaming of this pussy for months. We flipped. I rode him hard, hands on his chest, watching those abs flex as he thrust up into me. Then he took me from behind, hand fisted in my hair, other hand spanking my ass red, pounding so deep I came again and again. Hours. Against the wall. Every position, every room. Sweat, screams, pure animal pleasure. When we finally collapsed, bodies tangled and spent, he kissed my forehead. This isn't a one-time thing, Sarah. You're mine now. And I was. Passion that only got wilder. Toys, mirrors, tying me up, him taking me slow and teasing until I begged. He was perfect with Lily to played with her, helped with homework, became the father she needed. Then 8 weeks later, the test. I showed him the positive result, terrified. He dropped to his knees, kissed my belly, tears in his eyes. This is us, baby. I'm never letting you go. Now, 1 year later, we're married. Lily calls him Daddy Devin and worships him. Our son Zion was born 4 months ago, gorgeous, strong, with his father's eyes and my smile. Devin's fitness business exploded. I've never been happier, never felt more desired. He still looks at me like I am the sexiest woman alive and proves it every single night. That day, he fixed my sink, didn't just stop a leak. He broke every wall around my heart and claimed every inch of my body and soul forever. If this story made you wet, made you throb, made you want your own Devin, comment your fantasy below. Thank you for watching Hidden Truths. Like, subscribe, share, and get ready for more stories that'll leave you hot, bothered, and believing in forever. Because sometimes the hottest love starts with one knock and never ends.